Welcome back to Clair to Lune from scratch. Okay, so I'm really kind of going very, very slowly and taking the elements apart one at a time. I hope the pace is okay. Let me know otherwise if I'm going too fast. Okay, so what we've done up to this point, we've just added, after that initial chord jump and leap with both hands, I've gone ahead and just mapped out the notes in the right hand, okay? Now, left hand, if you recall, we've jumped up, okay? And again, I want you to see how much of this is the same. We have a B flat, G flat, and F. Remember, we've jumped to a new clef here. We're in the same clef as the right hand. We're in the G clef territory, so just make sure you adjust your reading accordingly, okay? Look at these two notes, the B flat and the G flat here, okay? Those two notes are going to stay the same pretty much, look at for virtually the whole section until just the very end over here. And that's when things change. So, and then we move to that, okay? So, the only thing that's going to move, if you notice, is going to be these bottom notes over here. In fact, let me just kind of color coordinate that a little bit better. The bottom two notes here, okay? Make sure I am thinking. I need a little more coffee when I do these lessons. Here we go. Bottom three notes here, the bottom three notes there, the bottom three notes here, and then things change right over there. You see how that works? We have these groupings, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay? So the first one is an F over here, as you can see, okay? I'm using a 1, 2, and a 3 to get that started, okay? What I'm going to do then is to a 1, 2, 4 in this one. 1, 2, 4. Do you see how this F is moving now to an E flat over here? Okay. All right, for these three. And then it moves down one more to the D flat over here. Okay. And I'm going to use the fifth finger in the bottom. Same two notes at the top. Same two fingers as well. So we're moved to a fifth finger down there for those three. And then I'm going to go ahead and just move my fifth finger down again as we travel from the D flat to the C. Okay, all right, see how that's working? 4, 5, 5. Okay, now I'm going to go back, and even though I used the 5 in the previous chord over here, I'm just going to cheat a little bit, and because this finger is right next to that right here, I'm going to return to a fourth finger here. Okay, as such. And then this chord is a different shape than this one, but notice that the top note is the same as the middle note over here, so we can use that as a I. Okay, and I'm going to just replace that with a 1 on the top. That's a G flat. Okay, and going down G, F, E. Remember, ew, great big dog fur. That's E in the bottom, and then right below the E line is a D. Okay. Just get my other color so I can see the note names here. D flat, C ledger line, and then B flat on the bottom. Okay, and the fingers I'm going to use again are going to be 1. Let me just write this over here. 1, 3, and 5. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you could maybe another fingering to think about would be to use a 3, 4, 5. So you can return to the 4 there and then do that. It's really up to you. There are many. This is not the only fingering, but this is just the one finger that just comes to mind right over here. So let me just go ahead and do what I've written down here. Okay, this is right over here. 4, 5, 5, and now here we come back up to a D flat, and then we move to this new chord over here. Okay, so if we can, let's put both hands together. And I think you're going to see, once you start putting it together, it actually flows very nicely because the hands are going to be moving relatively parallel. Watch how this works. Okay, now 5, 2, ready? 5, 3, and the 5 on the... And then the tricky thing is moving back and forth with these transitions, okay? The first portion over here is quite easy. See how that works? Okay. Now, in the next lesson, I'm going to warn you, most people are going to do this. And this is what's going to happen when you're practicing, I bet. Okay? You're probably going to do this. You're going to get here fine, and then you're going to do this. And then you're going to spend, I've got to find this next chord. Oh, where is it? Oh, great. Got to find the next chord. And then you'll spend a long time finding that, long time finding that, okay? Don't worry if that's what you're doing. That's a natural tendency. If you want, come to the next lesson, and I'm going to give you some practice tips to avoid that. And this is going to get into some advanced piano memorization practicing techniques, but if you can kind of incorporate them right away, you'll avoid those delays, or at least learn this much faster than if you just kind of plow through it. I'll explain how that system works in the next lesson. Okay, so come right back, and I'm going to show you how this works.